What if the very vitamins you trust to protect your health are slowly sabotaging it? That's not fear-mongering, it's fact. Every morning, millions of older adults line up their supplement bottles beside breakfast. Multivitamins, nerve support pills, bone boosters, energy blends. Each capsule swallowed with good intentions. But mounting clinical evidence reveals a disturbing trend. Many common vitamins can turn toxic in older adults. According to a major publication in the Journal of the American Medical Association (JAMA), seniors who take certain supplements without medical need may have up to a 40% higher risk of early death compared to those who don't. The cause? Subtle, long-term nutrient overload. And it gets worse. These aren't exotic or fringe supplements. We're talking about everyday vitamins, ones advertised on TV, sold in bulk at pharmacies, and even recommended by doctors without proper testing. You might be taking them right now. Harmless, right? Not so fast. After 60, your body changes dramatically. Your liver becomes less efficient at processing fat-soluble vitamins. Your kidneys lose filtration strength, meaning toxins aren't flushed out like they used to be. Your nervous system becomes more fragile, easily irritated by excesses. And your absorption and metabolism slow down, which alters how nutrients behave inside you. In short, the same vitamin that helped you at 35 could quietly be damaging your organs at 65. What makes this so insidious is that the symptoms don't scream toxicity. They whisper things like, "I'm just tired. My joints ache more. My memory isn't what it used to be." Sound familiar? Many seniors write off these changes as normal aging. But in reality, some are the body's red flags, signals that something unnatural is building up inside. In this video, we're going to expose the 4 most dangerous vitamins for people over 60, ones that can increase your risk of stroke, nerve damage, cognitive decline, and even early death. And then, just as critically, we'll reveal the 4 vitamins you absolutely should be taking daily to protect your brain, strengthen your bones, improve your balance, and keep your heart and immune system sharp for the years ahead. This isn't fear for the sake of clicks. Every claim in this video is backed by peer-reviewed studies, real medical data, and the latest geriatric nutrition research. The goal isn't to scare you. It's to empower you with the truth. Stay with us until the end, because the final vitamin on the must-take list is associated with a 36% lower risk of death from all causes, based on a massive European study involving over 40,000 older adults. It may be the most important daily habit you can adopt after 65. But before we get to the good, we need to start with the bad, the silent saboteurs hiding in your medicine cabinet. Because knowledge isn't just power at your age, it's survival. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from, and which supplements surprise you the most as we dive into this list. You might even want to pause and grab your own multivitamin bottle, because what's on that label could be the first clue to a healthier, longer life. Now, let's begin with one vitamin that sounds helpful, but for seniors can quietly wreak havoc on your heart, vision, and joints. Up next, vitamin A in its retinol form. Why it's in nearly every multivitamin, and why you may need to throw it away starting today. Dangerous vitamin number 4, vitamin A retinol form. Vitamin A is supposed to be the good guy, right? It's the vitamin we associate with sharp vision, glowing skin, and a strong immune system. For decades, it's been promoted in multivitamins and anti-aging formulas as essential. And it is in the right form and amount. But for those over 60, the story takes a darker turn. What most people don't realize is that vitamin A is not one single thing. It comes in different forms. In supplements, it often appears as retinol, retinol palmitate, or retinol acetate, preformed versions that are already active in the body. That's where the trouble begins. Unlike vitamin C or B vitamins, which are water-soluble and flushed out through urine, vitamin A is fat-soluble. That means your body stores it in your liver, your fat cells, and your tissues. And as we age, this storage system slows down dramatically. Your liver becomes less efficient. Fat distribution changes. Your body holds on to vitamin A longer. And the more you take, day after day, month after month, the more it accumulates until one day It crosses the line from helpful to harmful. This is called chronic vitamin A toxicity, and its early symptoms can look deceptively ordinary: dry, itchy, or peeling skin, joint stiffness or pain, blurred vision or light sensitivity, fatigue, and dizziness. Sounds like aging, doesn't it? That's exactly why it's so dangerous. Most seniors don't suspect a vitamin. They think, well, I'm just getting older. But in reality, the buildup of synthetic vitamin A may be poisoning the nervous system, damaging the liver, and weakening the bones, slowly and silently. And there's hard science to back this up. In 2022, researchers writing in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that excess intake of preformed vitamin A was linked to a 25% increased risk of atrial fibrillation in older adults. That's an irregular heartbeat that significantly raises your chances of stroke and heart failure after age 65. And it doesn't take megadoses to reach danger. If your multivitamin contains more than 700 micrograms for women or 900 micrograms for men of retinol, you're already in the danger zone. Many senior formulas exceed these limits, especially if you're also getting vitamin A from cod liver oil, liver pate, or fortified foods. So what should you do? Throw out all your vitamin A? Not exactly. You still need vitamin A. It's essential. But you want to get it from safer, natural sources in the form of beta-carotene. Beta-carotene is the plant-based precursor to vitamin A. It's found in carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, kale, red peppers, butternut squash. Here's the beauty of beta-carotene. Your body only converts it into vitamin A when it needs it. If you already have enough, the rest is harmlessly flushed out. That means no overload, no toxicity, no organ damage. It's self-regulating. This is why nutritionists now recommend focusing on food-based vitamin A, especially for older adults. You'll get all the benefits: sharper vision, better immune defense, and stronger skin, without the long-term risks. Portion tip: to meet your vitamin A needs safely after 60. Women, aim for 700 micrograms per day from beta-carotene sources. Men, aim for 900 micrograms per day. This can be met with just 1 cup of cooked spinach plus 1 medium sweet potato daily. If you're already eating a colorful diet and you're taking a multivitamin on top of it, check the label now. If it lists vitamin A as retinol palmitate or acetate, and the dosage is above 700 to 900 micrograms, it's time to reconsider. And if you're eating liver, even once a week, that could put you way over the top. Just 3 ounces of beef liver contains over 6,500 micrograms of retinol. That's more than 7 times the safe daily upper limit for older adults. Red flags to watch for: you're taking multivitamins and also eating fortified cereals. You consume liver products or cod liver oil. Your supplement lists retinol, retinol palmitate, or acetate high on the label. You've experienced joint pain, vision issues, or unexplained fatigue. In all these cases, consider switching to a multivitamin with beta-carotene only, or no vitamin A at all if your diet is already rich in vegetables. Bottom line, vitamin A is crucial, but after 60, the form and dose matter more than ever. Your body no longer eliminates excess efficiently, and that puts you at real risk of heart rhythm issues, nerve damage, liver overload, and faster aging. So ditch the synthetic, embrace the colorful plate, and let your body decide when it's time to use vitamin A, not a pill. Coming up next, the iron pill you were told to take just in case, and why it may be aging your liver and brain from the inside out. Dangerous vitamin number 3, iron supplements. It sounds like good advice. Take some iron. You're always tired. And for younger people, it might help. But after 60, that same advice can quietly turn toxic, accelerating aging, hurting your heart, and silently damaging your brain, liver, and pancreas. Iron has been praised for decades as the fatigue fighter. It's in most multivitamins. It's sold as a quick fix for brittle nails, hair loss, and low energy. And doctors often hand it out just in case. But here's the truth most seniors are never told. After 60, iron supplements can do more harm than good, especially if you haven't been tested. Let's break it down. Iron is essential when we're young. Women lose it monthly through menstruation. Children need it for growth. And for anyone with anemia, it can be a lifesaver. But after menopause, and especially after 65, your body stops naturally losing iron the way it once did. Unless you've lost blood through ulcers, surgery, or a chronic illness, your body just holds on to it. And that's the problem. Iron doesn't leave easily. It builds up in your liver, your brain, your joints, and your heart. Over time, that buildup causes oxidative stress, the biochemical equivalent of rust forming on your organs. Too much iron leads to the production of lipid peroxides, toxic compounds linked to Alzheimer's disease, liver fibrosis, pancreatic dysfunction, and dangerous blood vessel inflammation. In fact, a 2020 study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that iron accumulation in the brain is directly linked to cognitive decline and memory loss in older adults. High brain iron was also associated with faster rates of Alzheimer's progression. What's worse, the symptoms of iron overload are vague and often misdiagnosed. Joint pain, fatigue, brain fog, irregular heartbeat, weakness, or dizziness. Sound familiar? Many seniors write it off as normal aging, but inside, excess iron could be silently inflaming your tissues, stiffening your arteries, and disrupting your memory. Let's get specific. The daily iron requirement for seniors is much lower than most people think. Men over 50, 8 milligrams per day. Postmenopausal women, 8 milligrams per day. Yet many multivitamins deliver 18 milligrams or more than twice what's needed. And iron-specific pills often contain 65 milligrams or higher, assuming there's a deficiency. That's dangerous without proper testing. A study in the Journal of Clinical Investigation found that high iron stores were independently associated with increased risk of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease, even in people without anemia. More iron didn't mean better health. It meant more inflammation and faster aging. So if your multivitamin still includes iron, or you're taking it as a standalone supplement, just in case, stop and ask, have I actually tested low in iron? Because unless you've been diagnosed with iron deficiency anemia, there's a good chance you're adding fuel to a fire your body can no longer put out. What to do instead? First, ask your doctor for 2 simple blood tests. Serum ferritin measures stored iron. Transferrin saturation shows how much iron is circulating. If those levels are high, it's time to stop iron supplements. Reduce red meat intake. Avoid iron-fortified cereals and breads. If your levels are normal or low, only then should iron be added, and ideally under medical supervision with gentle, food-based forms. Portion tip: for seniors who do need iron, stick to food-based sources such as cooked lentils, 1 cup equals 6.6 milligrams. Spinach, 1 cup cooked equals 6.4 milligrams. Pumpkin seeds, 1 ounce equals 2.5 milligrams. Lean beef or turkey, 3 ounces equals 2.1 to 3 milligrams. These natural forms are easier for your body to regulate. Your intestines absorb only what's needed, unlike pills that dump iron directly into your bloodstream. Avoid high-dose iron pills unless clinically anemic. Many contain ferrous sulfate, which is not only harsh on the stomach, but also contributes to constipation, nausea, and inflammation in older adults. Bottom line, after 60, the game changes. Your body stops losing iron and starts hoarding it. Taking iron without testing is like pouring gasoline into a car that's already full. It overflows, corrodes the engine, and damages everything around it. So before you pop that tiredness-fighting pill, ask yourself, have I earned it? Or am I taking it blindly? Because in this phase of life, what you don't need could be what's hurting you most. Up next, the bone health supplement you've probably been told to take for decades, and why, without proper pairing, it may be hardening your arteries instead of strengthening your skeleton. Dangerous vitamin number 2, calcium as a standalone supplement. Strengthen your bones, or harden your arteries. For decades, if you were over 60 and concerned about bone health, one message echoed everywhere: take your calcium. Doctors recommended it. Commercials pushed it. Pharmacies stocked it front and center in the senior essentials aisle. And so, millions of older adults still take calcium tablets daily, believing they're building stronger bones and avoiding fractures. But what if those same tablets are increasing your risk of heart attack and stroke? Here's the truth. While calcium is essential, how and where it ends up in your body matters far more than how much you take. And for seniors, standalone calcium supplements often end up in the wrong places, your blood vessels, kidneys, and joints, instead of your bones. The problem with calcium pills. Your bones do need calcium, but they don't work alone. When you're younger, your body uses growth hormones, estrogen, and vitamin D to help absorb calcium into bones. After menopause or andropause, those pathways weaken. Bones become less responsive. Instead of soaking up calcium like a sponge, your aging system starts leaving it behind in the bloodstream. And what does calcium do when it can't get into your bones? It settles elsewhere. Arteries. Calcium deposits stiffen artery walls, contributing to high blood pressure, restricted blood flow, and higher risk of heart attack and stroke. Kidneys. Calcium stones become more likely, especially when hydration is poor. Joints. Deposits can increase stiffness and inflammation. A landmark meta-analysis published in the British Medical Journal found that adults over 60 who took 1,000 milligrams of calcium supplements daily had a 30% higher risk of heart attack compared to those who got calcium through food alone. That's not a minor increase, it's life-threatening. The science behind the danger. When calcium enters your bloodstream without proper support nutrients, it's like pouring cement without a mold. It hardens wherever it lands. Your body needs vitamin D3 to help absorb calcium through the gut, vitamin K2 to direct calcium into bones and keep it out of arteries, magnesium to regulate calcium metabolism and support muscle function. Most calcium supplements, they're missing at least one, sometimes all, of these critical cofactors. Even worse, many seniors take calcium alongside acid blockers for reflux. These medications like omeprazole or ranitidine reduce stomach acid, making it harder to absorb calcium properly in the first place. The result? The calcium passes through partially absorbed, increasing risk without benefit. What most seniors experience. If you've been taking calcium tablets and still struggling with constipation, bloating, joint stiffness, chest pressure, poor balance, or brittle nails, you may not be absorbing it properly at all. And the excess? It's causing vascular stress, not bone strength. Doctors often miss this because your blood calcium levels may look normal. But here's the catch. Most calcium is stored in bones and tissues, not the bloodstream. A normal blood calcium test can't reveal whether calcium is accumulating in the wrong places. The safer way to support bones. First, if you're over 60, rethink the need for a high-dose calcium pill, especially one offering 500 to 1,000 milligrams or more per day. Second, prioritize calcium from real food, where it comes naturally packaged with co-nutrients your body recognizes. Best food sources of calcium for seniors. Leafy greens, collard greens, kale, spinach, 250, 350 mg per cup cooked. Sardines with bones, 325 mg per 3 ounces. Yogurt or kefir unsweetened, 300, 400 mg per serving. Tofu or tempeh calcium set, 250, 300 mg per half cup. Chia seeds, 180 mg per 2 tablespoons. This approach reduces risk, improves digestion, and gives your bones what they need in a balanced way. If your doctor confirms you need more than what diet provides, choose a calcium supplement that includes D3 800 to 1000 IU, K2 100 to 200 micrograms as negative 7 milliliter quatches, magnesium 200 to 400 milligrams. And always take it with food, ideally at lunch or dinner when absorption is higher. Portion tip. Seniors need around 1,000 to 1,200 mg/day total food plus supplements combined. Try to get at least 50 to 70% from diet. Supplement only the difference, and only with D3 and K2 included. Red flags to watch for. Multivitamin includes 500 plus mg of calcium without K2 or D3. You're taking calcium, but not eating calcium-rich foods. You have kidney stones, aortic calcification, or vascular disease history. You take antacids or PPIs but still supplement calcium. If any of these apply, you're likely at greater risk for calcium-related harm than benefit. Bottom line, calcium is not the bone miracle we were sold. It's part of a bigger puzzle, and when taken alone, especially in high doses, it can hurt more than help. Your bones don't just need calcium. They need movement, sunlight, magnesium, and guidance. And your arteries? They're begging for you to stop sending the cement truck to the wrong address. So before you take another bone health tablet, ask, is this building me up or weighing me down? Coming up next, the most dangerous vitamin of all, the one often taken for nerve support or energy, but strongly linked to nerve damage, balance loss, and muscle shrinkage in seniors when taken in high doses. Dangerous vitamin number 1, vitamin B6 in high doses. The nerve killer hiding in your daily pill. Of all the vitamins seniors take for energy, brain fog, or nerve pain, vitamin B6 might sound the most harmless. It's water-soluble. It's in many nerve formulas. Doctors often recommend it. Labels call it support for mood, metabolism, and memory. And yet, what most people don't realize is this. In doses commonly found in senior supplements, vitamin B6 can silently destroy your nervous system. This is not a fringe theory. It's a documented medical risk. Vitamin B6, also known as pyridoxine, is essential for nerve function. But your body needs very little of it to operate properly, just 1.5 milligrams per day for women and 1.7 milligrams for men over 60. Yet most nerve support supplements contain 50 to 250 milligrams per dose, often taken daily for months or years. That's not support. That's overload. What happens when B6 is too high? Unlike most water-soluble vitamins, vitamin B6 is stored in the body's nerve tissue. It doesn't just flush out with urine the way we assume. At high doses, it accumulates in sensory nerves, becoming neurotoxic over time. The result? A condition known as vitamin B6-induced peripheral neuropathy, which mimics aging, diabetes, or neurological disorders. Symptoms include tingling or numbness in feet and hands, burning sensations, loss of balance or coordination, muscle weakness, difficulty walking. These symptoms creep in slowly. Many seniors attribute them to arthritis, aging, or diabetic neuropathy. But B6 toxicity is often the real culprit, especially in those who take multiple supplements without realizing they're doubling or tripling their intake. What the research says: a study published in Neurology found that patients who took over 50 milligrams per day of B6 for more than 6 months began to show signs of nerve damage, even though this dose was below the upper safety limit. Another review in Clinical Nutrition confirmed that seniors are more vulnerable to B6 buildup due to slower metabolism, reduced liver clearance, pre-existing nerve stress from diabetes or thyroid issues. In fact, the FDA has issued warnings on multiple B6 products sold as brain boosters or energy enhancers that contained up to 5,000% of the daily recommended value. The scary part? Once B6 toxicity damages your nerves, recovery is slow and sometimes incomplete. Why seniors are especially at risk? As we age, our nervous systems become more fragile. Conditions like diabetes, hypertension, hypothyroidism, or low B12 already place stress on peripheral nerves. When high-dose B6 is added to that mix, it amplifies the damage. Many seniors take a multivitamin with 10 to 25 milligrams of B6, a nerve health product with 100 plus mg, a fortified cereal or energy drink with added B6, all on the same day. Without even trying, they're consuming 200 to 300 milligrams per day, more than 100x what the body needs. How much vitamin B6 is safe? Women over 60, 1.5 milligrams per day. Men over 60, 1.7 milligrams per day. Safe upper limit: no more than 10 milligrams per day from supplements unless under medical supervision. You can get plenty of B6 from food without ever needing a pill. Chickpeas 1 cup, 1.1 milligrams. Tuna 3 ounces, 0.9 milligrams. Banana 1 medium, 0.4 milligrams. Turkey 3 ounces, zero point 0.7 milligrams. Fortified cereal 1 serving, zero point 0.5 to 2.5 milligrams. Unless you have a confirmed deficiency, you do not need additional B6. What to do next? Check every label, your multivitamin, your brain booster, even your protein powder. Add up the total B6 per day. If it exceeds 10 milligrams daily, reduce immediately. Replace high-dose B6 products with senior-specific formulas or food-based vitamins. If you're experiencing tingling, numbness, or balance issues, ask your doctor to test your B6 blood levels. Red flags. Any supplement that lists pyridoxine HCl at 50 milligrams or more. Energy blends, metabolism boosters, or nerve formulas with triple-digit doses. B6 levels on your supplement stack, totaling more than 50 milligrams per day. You've been taking high B6 doses for more than 6 months. Bottom line, vitamin B6 is essential, but at the right dose. After 60, more is not better. In fact, more may mean losing your ability to walk, hold balance, or feel your feet. Don't let a harmless vitamin hijack your nerves. Because when it comes to your health after 60, every step matters, and nerve damage takes that away. Up next, we switch gears. Now that we've covered the dangerous supplements, it's time to reveal the 4 vitamins seniors should take every day, the ones that can protect your memory, muscles, immune system, and even extend your life. Stay tuned, because vitamin 4 on the must-take list has been shown to reverse key signs of aging in seniors. Essential vitamin number 4, magnesium in absorbable form. The most overlooked lifesaver for seniors. If there's one nutrient that quietly powers over 300 essential functions in your body, and yet is chronically low in older adults, it's magnesium. Magnesium doesn't get the hype that vitamin D or calcium does. It isn't flashy. It doesn't promise instant energy or radiant skin. But it may be one of the most important minerals for seniors over 60, and one that's alarmingly underconsumed. By the time you reach 60, your body has already experienced a steady decline in magnesium stores. It's not just aging. Several senior-specific factors drain this mineral faster than your body can replace it. Poor intestinal absorption, loss through the kidneys, which worsen with age. Common medications like diuretics, acid blockers, and blood pressure pills. Low magnesium diets due to processed foods or digestive issues. That's a dangerous combination. What happens when magnesium is too low? Low magnesium is often called the invisible deficiency because it doesn't show up easily in routine blood tests. Yet it can quietly affect nearly every system in your body, especially after 60. Common symptoms of magnesium deficiency in seniors include leg cramps, especially at night, fatigue, muscle weakness, anxiety or restlessness, irregular heartbeat, poor sleep, memory lapses, or brain fog. A 2019 review in Nutrients Journal found that magnesium deficiency in seniors is significantly associated with increased risk of falls and fractures, higher blood pressure and arrhythmia, elevated risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, cognitive decline, and even increased Alzheimer's risk. One of the most troubling connections? A low magnesium status has been linked to faster aging at the cellular level due to its role in inflammation reduction, DNA repair, and mitochondrial function. Why seniors are so vulnerable? Even if you're eating well, magnesium loss is often faster than magnesium intake as you age. Here's why. The kidneys excrete more magnesium with age. The gut absorbs less due to slower digestion and reduced stomach acid. Medications like diuretics, PPIs like omeprazole, and metformin strip magnesium from the body. Seniors often eat fewer magnesium-rich whole foods due to chewing problems or low appetite. It's no wonder studies show over 70% of seniors fail to meet the minimum recommended intake. How much magnesium do seniors need? According to the NIH, men over 60, 420 milligrams per day. Women over 60, 320 milligrams per day. Yet most older adults only get 150 to 250 milligrams daily from diet, leaving a dangerous deficit. Portion tip: boosting magnesium the right way. The best magnesium-rich foods for seniors include pumpkin seeds, 1 ounce equals 168 milligrams. Almonds, 1 ounce equals 80 milligrams. Black beans, 1 cup equals 120 milligrams. Spinach cooked, 1 cup equals 157 milligrams. Avocados, 1 whole equals 58 milligrams. That's a good start, but modern soil depletion has dramatically reduced magnesium content in food. This means many seniors need supplementation to reach optimal levels. Which magnesium supplements are best for seniors? Not all magnesium supplements are created equal. In fact, the most common form, magnesium oxide, has a very low absorption rate and can cause digestive issues like bloating or diarrhea. Instead, opt for bioavailable forms that are easier on aging stomachs. Magnesium glycinate, gentle on the gut, calming for the nerves. Magnesium citrate, good absorption, helps with constipation. Magnesium malate, supports energy and muscle recovery. Avoid oxide or hydroxide forms unless specifically recommended. Supplement dosage guide. Ideal dose, 250 to 400 mg/day from supplements based on diet and needs. Best taken in the evening, as magnesium also supports sleep. Start low 100 to 200 milligrams and build gradually if you've never supplemented before. For seniors with high blood pressure, frequent cramps, or sleep issues, magnesium can often bring noticeable improvements within weeks. Real benefits of balanced magnesium. When properly restored, magnesium supports stronger, steadier heart rhythms, deeper, more restful sleep, improved memory and cognitive clarity, better insulin control and reduced cravings, fewer nighttime cramps and muscle twitches, a calmer nervous system, warning signs of deficiency or imbalance. You're taking multiple medications, especially diuretics or PPIs. You experience frequent muscle cramps or restless legs. You struggle with sleep or chronic fatigue. You consume very few whole plant-based foods. You have high blood pressure or prediabetes. In these cases, magnesium supplementation may not be optional. It may be essential for stabilizing your health. Bottom line, magnesium may not be trendy, but for seniors, it's foundational. It quietly protects your bones, muscles, brain, and heart without fanfare. It doesn't just help you live longer. It helps you sleep deeper, move easier, and stay mentally clear, the kind of changes that feel like youth coming back. Up next, essential vitamin 3, D3, the sunshine hormone that most seniors are severely deficient in, and that may cut your risk of respiratory infections, cancer, and early death in half. Essential vitamin number 3, vitamin D3. The sunshine hormone that could save your life after 60. Imagine there was a nutrient that could help strengthen your bones, protect your heart, boost your immune system, fight off depression, improve brain clarity, and even extend your life. Now, imagine most seniors don't get nearly enough of it. That's exactly the case with vitamin D3, a nutrient so powerful and wide-reaching that it's technically a hormone, not a vitamin. And after the age of 60, your body's ability to make it plummets, even if you spend time outdoors. Despite its importance, up to 80% of older adults are deficient in D3, especially during the winter months or in people who live in northern climates, stay indoors, or have darker skin. And that deficiency may be quietly damaging your bones, brain, immune system, mood, muscles, lifespan. Why seniors struggle to get enough. Vitamin D3 is produced in the skin in response to sunlight, but after 60, that process slows down dramatically. Here's why. Older skin contains less of the compound needed to convert sunlight into vitamin D. Seniors often spend more time indoors. Sunscreen, protective clothing, or darker skin reduce D3 production further. The kidneys and liver which help convert D into active form decline with age. So even if you take walks or live in a sunny area, you may still be deficient. What the research says, low vitamin D3 levels have been linked to a shocking number of health issues in older adults. 50% higher risk of respiratory infections. British Medical Journal, 2020. 30% higher risk of death from all causes. American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2016. Increased risk of falls and fractures, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, depression, cognitive decline, and dementia. A 2022 meta-analysis found that seniors with optimal D3 levels had better immune response, improved muscle strength, and a significantly lower rate of hospitalization and death during flu seasons and viral outbreaks. And that's no surprise, because D3 regulates over 2,000 genes in the body and activates immune cells that fight off viruses, reduce inflammation, and heal tissue damage. D3 and brain function. Vitamin D3 also plays a crucial role in cognitive health. It helps the brain form new connections, reduce plaque buildup, and regulate mood through serotonin production. Low D3 has been linked to depression, memory loss, brain fog, Alzheimer's progression. Yet most seniors never connect their bad days or poor recall to a hormone deficiency. How much D3 do seniors really need? The minimum recommended dose is 600 to 800 IU/day, but that's often not enough for older adults. Research shows that 1,000 to 2,000 IU/day is ideal for maintaining healthy blood levels, especially in those with known deficiency or limited sun exposure. In some cases, under a doctor's guidance, even higher doses may be prescribed temporarily to correct severe deficiency. Portion tip: minimum 800 IU/day. Optimal range for seniors: 1,000 to 2,000 IU/day. Best taken with a fat-containing meal. D3 is fat-soluble. You can also get D3 from fatty fish, salmon, sardines, tuna, 300 to 600 IU per serving. Fortified dairy or almond milk, 100 to 150 IU per cup. Egg yolks, 40 IU each. But for most seniors, diet alone is not enough to restore or maintain healthy D3 levels. D3 versus D2. What's the difference? Vitamin D comes in two main forms: D2 ergocalciferol, found in plants and some fortified foods. D3 cholecalciferol, the type your body makes from sunlight, and the preferred supplement form. D3 is better absorbed, more stable in your system, and has been shown to raise blood levels more effectively than D2. Always choose D3 over D2 when supplementing. Warning signs of D3 deficiency: chronic fatigue, low mood or seasonal depression, bone pain or muscle weakness, frequent colds or infections, memory issues, slower wound healing, thin or brittle hair. If you experience any of these and haven't had your vitamin D levels tested recently, talk to your doctor about checking 25-OHD, the standard blood marker for D3 status. Safety note: while vitamin D3 is generally safe, very high doses above 4,000 IU/day long-term without testing can lead to calcium buildup in the blood, causing nausea, confusion, or kidney strain. Stick to the safe 1,000 to 2,000 IU range unless prescribed otherwise. Ideal supplement strategy: dose 1,000 to 2,000 IU/day. Form: D3 cholecalciferol, not D2. Timing: with meals containing fat. Optional pairing: take with vitamin K2 and magnesium for better calcium regulation. Bottom line: vitamin D3 isn't just a bone builder, it's a lifesaver. It helps you breathe easier, think clearer, sleep deeper, and live longer. It's one of the most powerful, safest, and affordable ways to protect your aging body from the inside out. And yet, most seniors don't get enough. So if you've been feeling low, foggy, weak, or constantly under the weather, don't just blame aging. It could be the sunshine your body is missing. Up next, essential vitamin 2, vitamin B12, the silent protector of your brain, energy, and mobility, why it disappears with age, and how to catch the deficiency before it turns permanent. Essential vitamin number 2, vitamin B12, the missing link behind brain fog, fatigue, and falls after 60. What if you woke up every morning feeling tired, unsteady on your feet, and a bit forgetful, and the cause wasn't old age, but something fixable? For millions of seniors, it is the silent culprit: vitamin B12 deficiency. a condition that affects up to 1 in 5 adults over 60, often without their knowledge. B12 is essential to your nervous system, brain function, and red blood cell production. Without it, your body can't create enough healthy blood, protect nerve insulation, or keep your brain firing smoothly. It's often referred to as the longevity vitamin because when it runs low, everything starts to slip: energy, memory, coordination, even your mood. Why B12 deficiency happens after 60. The problem isn't always diet. You might be eating plenty of animal protein, meat, eggs, fish, or dairy, and still be deficient. Why? Because as you age, your stomach loses the ability to absorb B12 efficiently. Here's what happens. Your stomach produces less hydrochloric acid, which is required to extract B12 from food. You make less intrinsic factor, a protein necessary for B12 absorption in the small intestine. Medications like metformin, proton pump inhibitors PPIs, and antacids, which many seniors take daily, block absorption further. That means even if your plate is full of the right foods, your bloodstream could still be running on empty. What B12 deficiency looks like. B12 deficiency symptoms often come on gradually and mimic other common age-related conditions. Fatigue or weakness, memory loss or brain fog, depression or irritability, balance problems or frequent falls, tingling in hands or feet, pale skin or rapid heartbeat. Over time, the damage can become permanent, especially in the nervous system. And once nerves begin to break down, recovery is slow, sometimes incomplete. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults with low B12 levels had significantly higher risks of dementia, balance disorders, and hospitalization due to falls. How to know if you're low? The only way to confirm deficiency is with a blood test. Serum B12 level should be above 300 pg/ml for seniors. MMA, methylmalonic acid, and homocysteine tests can detect functional deficiencies even when B12 appears normal. Many doctors miss subtle B12 problems because they rely on old reference ranges. You could be within normal limits but still too low for optimal brain and nerve health. How much B12 do seniors need? RDA for adults over 60, 2.4 micrograms per day. But due to poor absorption, most seniors require far more, especially in supplemental form. B12 is water-soluble, so your body excretes the excess. This makes it very safe, even at higher doses. Most experts recommend 500 to 1,000 mcg/day as a sublingual tablet or lozenge. For severe deficiency, weekly B12 injections under medical supervision. Best forms of B12 for seniors. Methylcobalamin, natural, bioavailable, used directly by the body. Cyanocobalamin, stable synthetic form, often used in multivitamins. Hydroxycobalamin, often used in injections for longer-lasting effects. Sublingual B12 absorbed under the tongue is ideal because it bypasses the digestive system, a major benefit for seniors with low stomach acid or gut absorption issues. Portion tip: daily maintenance, 500 to 1,000 mcg/day. Correcting deficiency, up to 2,000 micrograms per day under supervision. Food sources: beef liver 3 ounces, 70 plus mcg. Sardines 3 ounces, 7 micrograms. Eggs too large, 1 mcg. Fortified cereals, 3 to 6 micrograms per serving. Still, due to absorption challenges, supplements are almost always needed after 60. Red flags to watch for. You're over 60 and haven't had B12 tested in the past year. You're vegan or vegetarian. You take metformin, acid blockers, or antacids. You feel tired despite sleeping well. You've had unexplained falls, numbness, or memory lapses. If any of these apply to you, get tested immediately. B12 deficiency is easy to correct, but hard to reverse once it's done real damage. Bonus: B12 and mood. B12 also supports neurotransmitter production, including serotonin and dopamine. This means low B12 isn't just about physical symptoms. It's directly linked to depression, anxiety, irritability, emotional instability, Many seniors taking antidepressants may actually be dealing with undiagnosed B12 deficiency. Bottom line, vitamin B12 is the quiet guardian of your brain, energy, and independence. And after 60, your body stops absorbing it well, no matter how healthy your diet is. So if you want to stay sharp, balanced, and strong, don't wait for the warning signs. Get ahead of the curve, because sometimes the fix isn't more meds. It's just giving your body back what it's quietly lost. Up next, the final and most powerful nutrient on the must-take list, omega-3 fatty acids, shown to reduce your risk of early death by 36%, improve brain health, and slow inflammation in nearly every organ in your body. Essential vitamin number 1, omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. The lifespan booster that protects your brain, heart, and joints. If there were one supplement that could help reduce inflammation, protect your heart, sharpen your memory, ease your joints, and even extend your life, would you take it? That's not a fantasy. It's omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s, specifically EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, aren't just nutrients. They're structural components of your cells, especially in the brain, eyes, and heart. They regulate inflammation, support neuron communication, and help maintain the flexibility of blood vessels and joints. And after 60, getting enough of these essential fats becomes critical because your body no longer produces them efficiently and your risk of inflammatory disease skyrockets. The omega-3 deficiency crisis in seniors. Despite the overwhelming evidence of benefits, over 68% of older adults are clinically deficient in EPA and DHA. That's because the modern diet contains too few omega-3 rich foods. Seniors often avoid fatty fish due to taste, texture, or cost. The body becomes less efficient at converting plant-based omega-3s like ALA from flax or chia into usable EPA and DHA. Age-related changes in the liver reduce synthesis further. This isn't a small problem. Low omega-3 levels have been linked to cognitive decline, mood instability, higher risk of heart attacks and arrhythmias, poor joint mobility, increased inflammation and oxidative stress, accelerated aging at the cellular level. The science is stunning. A 2021 European study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed over 42,000 adults over the age of 60. Researchers found that those with the highest blood levels of omega-3s had a 36% lower risk of death from all causes, 45% lower risk of dying from heart attack, 25% reduced risk of dementia. And it wasn't just about surviving longer. It was about thriving longer. People with healthy omega-3 levels reported better memory recall, less joint pain, improved mobility, lower blood pressure, fewer depressive symptoms. Omega-3s and the aging brain. Your brain is made up of nearly 60% fat, and DHA is the primary structural fat in the cerebral cortex, the part responsible for memory, attention, and emotion. Low DHA levels are directly linked to faster brain shrinkage, weakened synaptic connections, higher rates of Alzheimer's, and age-related cognitive decline. In fact, MRI studies show that older adults with higher DHA levels have better memory, larger brain volume, and slower signs of aging, even in their 70s and 80s. Omega-3s in your heart. EPA and DHA also help reduce blood triglycerides, bad fats, lower resting heart rate, prevent blood clot formation, reduce plaque buildup in arteries, improve circulation. That's why omega-3s are considered cardioprotective, so much so that the American Heart Association recommends them for people at risk of heart disease. And for seniors, that includes almost everyone. How much omega-3 do you need after 60? To achieve these benefits, experts recommend minimum dose, 1,000 milligrams per day of combined EPA and DHA. For therapeutic benefits, 1,500 to 2,000 mg/day under doctor's supervision. You can get EPA and DHA from cold water fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies. high-quality fish oil supplements. Algae-based omega-3s for vegetarians and vegans. Portion tip. Wild salmon, 3 ounces. 1,200 to 1,500 milligrams EPA/DHA. Sardines, 3 ounces. 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams. Fish oil supplement. 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams. Look for labels with at least 500 milligrams EPA/DHA per soft gel. If you don't eat fish 2 to 3 times per week, supplementing is no longer optional. It's essential. What to look for in a supplement? Combined EPA plus DHA, not just omega-3 or fish oil. Triglyceride form better absorbed than ethyl esters. Molecularly distilled to remove heavy metals and PCBs. Enteric coated to avoid fishy aftertaste. For vegetarians or those with fish allergies, choose an algae-based omega-3 that provides DHA and ideally EPA. Signs you may be omega-3 deficient. Joint stiffness or swelling. Memory problems or slow thinking. Chronic dry eyes or skin. Low mood or irritability. Elevated blood pressure or triglycerides. Frequent illness or inflammation. If any of these sound familiar, it's time to check your omega-3 intake and fix it fast. Bottom line, omega-3s are one of the most studied, proven, and essential nutrients for senior health. They don't just prevent disease. They build resilience into your heart, brain, and body. In a world of noise and hype, omega-3s are the quiet protectors, giving you clarity, calm, and years of quality life back. So whether it's salmon on your plate or fish oil in your palm, make sure EPA and DHA are part of your daily defense after 60. Small changes, stronger years. Let's pause for a second. You've just learned that some of the vitamins you trusted might be doing more harm than good. You've also discovered the 4 most critical nutrients your body desperately needs after 60, but probably isn't getting enough of. That might feel overwhelming, maybe even frustrating. But here's the truth. This isn't about fear. It's about freedom. Because now you're not guessing. You're not just hoping the pills in your cabinet are helping. You actually know which ones heal and which ones harm. And that kind of clarity, that's power. You're not broken. You're not just getting old. Your body is talking. And now, you're finally listening. Every step you take to correct these imbalances, swapping out that multivitamin, adding magnesium at night, taking D3 with breakfast, eating salmon instead of just cereal, builds momentum. These aren't extreme changes. They're micro adjustments with macro impact. Because it's not one pill, one meal, or one test that transforms your health. It's the small, consistent choices you repeat. The truth is, you deserve better than what most supplement companies offer you. You deserve support that respects your age, your biology, and your future, not a one-size-fits-all tablet designed for 30-year-olds with fast metabolisms and strong kidneys. You deserve health that lasts, energy that lingers, a mind that stays sharp, joints that don't steal your joy, and habits that help you wake up feeling more like yourself, not less. Daily habit reinforcement. So let's make this simple. Here's your new baseline. Magnesium, 250 to 400 milligrams, to sleep deeper, calm your nerves, and ease muscle tension. Vitamin D3, 1,000 to 2,000 IU, to strengthen immunity and bones. Vitamin B12, 500 to 1,000 micrograms, to boost memory and energy. Omega-3 EPA and DHA, 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams, to protect your heart and sharpen your brain. Add those to your routine. Skip the dangerous ones we exposed earlier. And watch how your body responds in the weeks to come. You won't just feel better, you'll function better. Because the goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live stronger. If this video opened your eyes, if it made you rethink what's on your shelf, if it reminded you that your health still matters and always will, then do this one small thing. Tap the like button, subscribe, and share this with someone over 60 who deserves to know the truth. Let's push this message forward, because senior health matters, and too many people are being misled, mistreated, or ignored. This channel exists to fight for you, with real science, real solutions, and real respect for the journey you're on. So stick with us, because the strongest years of your life might still be ahead of you.